I'm digging that new music. I'm digging that new music. Hope you all are well. Hope everyone's doing fine. It is Wednesday, the 13th of April. I got my Yes sweatshirt on. I hope you all are doing well, doing fine. I am glad to be here. I am glad to be with all of you. If you haven't already, please go ahead and leave us a note where you're watching from, what's going on, why you're interested in immigration. I'd love to hear about it. Love to see it in the comments. I did want to show you guys something new that I got. It's pretty sweet. Let me show you. How about that? My new lightsaber. I built it myself. Look at that hilt. How about that? You like that lightsaber? I picked green because I'm a Jedi. And of course, the Nornator picked red. She picked red because she's a Sith at heart. Just like when we went to Universal, she picked Slytherin because that's how she rolls. So I'm very excited about my new lightsaber. It's a lot of fun. I have enjoyed Star Wars for a really long time. So how's everybody doing? Let me know in the comments how you're doing. Let me know what's new. And it looks like we already have some people in the waiting room. Let me go ahead and share the link if you need it. We'd love to have you on and answer your immigration questions. I'll be here for the full hour. And let's get ready to roll. Hi, Hafa.
Hey, hello, Jim. Thank you so much for calling me.
Sure. How you doing?
Great. How about you? You're wonderful.
I'm good. I'm good.
So let me see if you can help me, okay, Jim? The situation is a little bit different. I know everybody thinks like, but I'm in doubt with my situation. So I just had my I-140 approved. I'm applying for a EB3 unskilled job, consular process, okay, in my country, Brazil. So, and I'm about to pay the fees for the DS 260, if I'm not
Yep.
wrong. All right.
Yep.
So that's me, my wife, my daughter, who's 5 years old, and I have a son. He's 20 years old. So he's going to turn 21 in July. Well, he has been studying here in Brazil, for his high school, and he's about to get into medical school. So he wants to be a doctor, and so he's probably going to start studying medicine next year, probably. However, I would like to add him as my dependent. So what he would like to do is to start medical school here, take a break, move with us to the US, and start, try to get into medical school there in the US. And then if everything works, continue living in the US. But because he's my dependent and he's like 20 years old, turning 21 in July, I believe we just got an expedite notice to get an interview here, Rio. And so I'm in doubt if I go ahead, add him to my, my file and move on. He traveled with us to the US, stay for a month, travel back to Brazil, finish his studies, try to get into medical school, study like for 6 months or a year, and then he goes back to the US. Or should we do something completely different that I have no clue? I'm sorry for the long question, but
No,
this
it's
is
fine. What's most important to you and to him? Is most important to you and to him to start medical school, or is most important to you and to him to get him his green card?
medical school. For him, right now, it's medical school. He's young, but
That's the wrong answer. If he wants to come to the United States, he needs to come now. Otherwise, it's going to be 6 or 7 years before he comes, at least.
since until we get our citizenship, right?
Right. Well, no, you can apply for him as the adult child of a green card holder unless he gets married, then he's out. So things
Okay.
get a whole lot more complicated once he turns 21. I'm the immigration lawyer, so I don't give a damn about medical school. From a purely immigration standpoint, he should go with you, get his green card, and then maybe get a reentry permit if he's going to be out of the United States for a while. But get that
Hmm.
green card first and deal with everything else after. If he has to take a year off of school, it's not the end of the world. He's going to have a green card for the United States. He's going to be a lawful permanent resident of the United States. To
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
if his long-term plan is to be in the United States, get that done now while he can. Otherwise, just tell him to watch this show for a while and listen to all the people talking about trying to get their adult children into the United States. He's got
Mm-hmm.
this great chance sitting in front of him, and only a 20-year-old would say, "Nah, I want to start medical school in Brazil."
Yeah, I think so. But I'm gonna ask him to watch your show for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, my son just turned 20, so I get it. But, if we have a hierarchy of needs, it's that we want him
I
to get
know, I
that
know.
green card.
He can start medical school anytime, but get into America, that's the only shot he has, basically.
Especially if
As a
he's especially if he's going to switch schools anyway halfway through, after a year or 6 months. It's not even worth it. Just
hmm
go join the Peace Corps or something, or do something for the year to stay sort of busy, but I wouldn't risk this green card when he's right on that bubble.
Is there a problem if he travels with me, let's say in August, and then after like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, he travels back just to
Well,
finish his
here's
school?
the problem. You are both assuming that he'll get his green card right away.
Okay.
And sometimes green cards take 2 or 3 months. Sometimes they take 2 weeks, but sometimes they take 2 or 3 months.
hmm Okay. And I cannot ship the green card to him here, afterwards, like he leaves before he even get his green card, and then I ship it to Brazil. Is it
I've heard
dangerous?
I've heard lots of problems of people trying to do that. Not to say it wouldn't work, but
Okay.
there's 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 the potential for problems.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any more advice, Jim?
Just get moving on that DS260. Every day counts, so get it going.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Hafa.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, all right. I was listening to a great book on the way down from Michigan today. I had to drive, by the way, because there were supposed to be tornadoes in St. Louis, and I was worried that my flight was going to be canceled. But I was listening to this book, and they're talking about risk analysis, about how you can really do a hierarchy of what. And I talk about this all the time. What's the risk of there being a problem, and then what's the consequence? So sometimes you have to balance the risk versus the harm if things go badly, and you always need to think about that. So I'm going to keep encouraging people to think about that. Rocio, I'm just teasing you, Rocio. That was me, not Daniel. Daniel doesn't say mean things. Renee, that was me. Let's say hi to Ola. Hi, Ola.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. I had a question regarding my marriage. We filed for a green card in 2019 between September and November. And then we had our interview last year in July, and I think that's when COVID was kind of opening up stuff. They did a separate interview with us at the Washington, D.C. office. Since then, we haven't heard anything, so I don't know if that's like a normal thing. We renewed his EAD card for a second time, so they gave him 2 more years. So I'm just kind of wondering if that's normal for us not to get anything, like not even a letter stating, something regarding the interview.
Did they separate you at the interview?
They did. As soon as we were in the waiting room, and then they called me back first, did my interview, then they called him back
This is in
second.
Fairfax?
Fairfax, yeah.
Did they come after you hard at all? Did they try to scare you or anything?
Well, the guy was a little intimidating a little bit, but I didn't let that, get to me. I just answered it as I should at the end of the day, as I know. And that was it. And then he did my husband, and then we left from there. So
Did you have a lawyer?
we didn't have a lawyer. We did everything on our own.
When you say intimidating, what do you mean?
He was just like, every time like I answered a question that he asked me regarding like my family or my husband's family, he would start laughing, like as if I said something like not correct or something like that. And I'm just like, I'm answering what I know. This is my family, this is my family, this is my husband's family. I'm answering the questions, and he I don't know, he just made it seem like I don't know, like he just made me feel uncomfortable in a sense, like I'm there and it was like a joke to him kind of thing. So, and then there's some things that my husband also doesn't understand at some point. So I also feel like he kind of used that against my husband as he was doing the interviews and stuff like that. Because my husband was telling me, like, there's some things that he said and I didn't understand some things and everything. I said, well, you should have said that at the point in time. So I don't know what's been going on. Just kind of confused about it.
When you compared notes with your husband, how did you feel your answers matched up?
I feel like they went well. Like, for example, like how I said, there's some things my husband doesn't understand. Like, for example, he asked us, where's our trash can at? And I said, we have a chute. From every level has a chute. So my husband said, oh, and we also have a trash can outside. So you can either put it in the chute or you can put it outside. And my husband said, well, we have a trash can outside and stuff. And then we have something. He didn't know how to say the chute. We have a chute. So he said we have something inside. Right. Yeah. So stuff like that was like, it made sense to us. Like, we knew what we had, but to him, it didn't make sense, kind of thing and stuff.
So was your spouse married before?
He was in the past, a few years back, like 3 years before we even got married.
In Nigeria?
Here in America, actually.
Oh, okay. So no marriages back home?
No.
What country is he from?
Nigeria. Did
he file for an immigration benefit based on the prior marriage?
He did. And
what happened to that case?
They didn't work out, so he actually withdrew it from himself, and he showed me the court, everything, because at that time he did have a lawyer. He withdrew everything at that moment in time.
Well, technically he can't withdraw the I-130. Only the U.S. citizen spouse can withdraw the I-130. So do you know?
So it was probably a mutual, I guess, a mutual kind of thing. Yeah, they had a lawyer at that time.
Do you know what stage that was at, Ola? Like how far did it go down the tracks?
They did have an interview and everything like that, and I guess things didn't work out at that time after all of that stuff. So they kind of withdrew after that interview. They kind of withdrew from whatever it was. Yeah.
So from their point of view, they have a beneficiary who has applied for a green card 2 different times,
right?
Based on marriage to 2 different people, one of which went all the way to the interview. So they're probably just sitting on it, waiting for you to back out of it, like his first wife did.
Oh, I gotcha. Because when we did call in, just to kind of check on the status, they were saying they're just doing some background investigation stuff, and I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, we have nothing to hide, so it's fine. You guys can do whatever you guys have to do. But that was the answer they gave us when we called in, like, hey, we're just doing some background stuff, background check, basically is what they told us.
Do you have any sense as to what would happen if USCIS came and knocked on the door of the first wife and asked her what she thinks about your husband and what she thinks about the case that they had filed? You don't know?
No.
You might ask your husband about that, but it seems to me like they're going to sit on your case until you sue them, because they're just hoping that the thing collapses and then they don't even have to decide it.
When would you say is an appropriate time to take actions like that?
Yesterday.
Oh, really?
I mean, your filing date was 2019, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's almost 3 years.
Right.
Yeah, that's plenty. You've waited plenty. If you want a decision, I don't know what the decision's going to be, but I can force that issue. I can get you a decision in 2 or 3 months. I just don't know what it'll be.
Right. What is the way that we can contact your office if we wanted to?
Yeah, I'll put it here in the comments. Okay. Our email address is info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. And if you just send an email there and say, hey, my name's Ola, I was the second person on the show on Wednesday, they'll follow up.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ola. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So you guys all have heard that. We know how tough they are on people from Nigeria. So let's say hi to Shiza. Hi, Shiza.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Actually, I want to ask 2 questions from you. I filed, I was having 2 years green card on the marriage base, right? And then I applied for the removal of the conditions. But, they sent me a letter saying that it has been extended for around 18 months, right? There was a letter, but after 18 months, I didn't get anything, like didn't get the green card yet, didn't get another letter from them that they are again extending it or not. So what should I do in this case?
Have you moved?
No.
You haven't moved? And have you called USCIS lately?
I tried to contact them, but no one was there to speak on the phone. It was just the automatic answering machine or something like that. I was unable to get it.
And what's your closest field office, Shiza?
Um, I think it's in Dallas. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I would get up early in the morning and start calling them and tell them that you need an appointment to go to get a stamp in your passport. They'll extend your status by a full year, but you need
Okay.
and that's one of the few things they'll make an appointment for, but that's all you need. You need to do that, and then while you're on the phone, you might as well ask them, why is this taking so long?
Okay. All right. So I need that stamp, right?
Yeah, call that 1-800 number, say info pass, and then once you get someone, tell them you need to get a stamp in your passport because your 2-year green card hasn't been extended yet.
Okay. All right. And Jim, one last question.
Sure.
Actually, my parents and my sister are having a visitor's visa, and it's expiring on this November 2022, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to renew their visa. So is it possible that I can renew it like before expiring or after it expires?
I don't know the answer to that. I think you can probably renew it before. You can start the process before. We don't do visit visas, so I don't actually know the answer to that question. I bet if you
Okay.
look in the comments here in a minute, people will tell you. I just don't know the answer.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Jim.
Bye, Shiza.
Bye.
All right. Now here's something you don't see every day. I got Shibani playing tennis. Shibani, are you with us? Shibani's playing tennis.
Jim.
Hi, Shibani.
Hello, hi.
How you doing, bud?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
good. So yeah, I'm like a fan since day one. Um, since the pandemic, you took me through the pandemic, and I know if you aren't there, like on YouTube, I'm sure something wrong was gonna happen. Like not I was gonna go home and get stuck there.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't get home and get stuck there. What can I help you with, Shibani? Thanks for watching and thanks for the kind
So
words.
I don't have any question, so I'm just here to thank you and for what you do and everything. Thank you
Awesome.
for what you do.
Thanks, Shibani. Have a good game. See you, bud.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that was something. As Zeno says, that's something you'd only see on the Hacking Immigration Show. Shibani's playing tennis, and he's talking to me here with all of you. That was pretty awesome. That because we always like to see the backdrop. I can see the backdrop before. Oh, here he comes again. Hi, Shibani. Everyone's happy to see you. See you, bud. Oh man, it looks nice and sunny there. It's pouring down rain here, Shibani. That was great.
Yeah.
Bye, buddy. Oh my gosh, that really made me laugh. All right, let's say hi to Sophia. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So, quick question. I had called in concerning my friend with his N400. He wants to sponsor his mom now. He's a citizen, but she's dating again, and it's his stepdad, but they're not legally married. Did you find out the answer to that question?
Oh no, I didn't. I did not.
I said I wanted to give you more than a week, so that's why I didn't like. I
No, I
tried to
appreciate
log
that.
in and I watched a few of your shows, but I keep getting disconnect because of the network.
Yes,
And I was on yesterday, and I was so. Ugh.
All right, let's make an appointment. We'll make an appointment for Monday. We'll have an appointment. You come on the show Monday, which is at this time on Monday, and I'll have an answer for you. Can a stepfather come to the United States if the son? I would say yes, but I just want to make sure.
I mean, his mom finally moved on with life, and I think he's finding it hard to just do it for mom, and then she's gonna have to go home and do the whole bit for him, and it's hard to move on from a parent, and now she moved on finally, and I don't think they want to separate her.
All right, I'm on it. I will have an answer for you on Monday.
And another quick question, Jim.
Sure.
I did my N400 and my 1 year. I just did it. Next month, the 8th, would be actually 5 years. So I did it not completely under the 4-year, 9-month mark, a little bit after. So my question is, my stamp expires July 7th. I know I'm not going to be out of status. If I don't hear from them from now to June 1st, I should call the 1-800 number and get another stamp, correct?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. That's what I needed to know. Thank you, Jim.
Bye,
Awesome job
Sophia.
you're doing. Continue your work.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Let's see if Kante's with us. Kante, are you here?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Kante. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, good. How are you doing? You on the train?
No, I'm on the bus.
Oh, the bus.
I was,
All right. Well,
yeah.
we got people playing tennis. We got people on the bus. So far, we don't have anybody laying down in bed without their shirt on, which we've had on here
Oh
too.
no, really? Oh my god.
That was a dude. That was a dude. But yeah, that's actually
okay.
Actually, Kante, that's happened more than once because the comments all go
Oh,
crazy.
God.
They go, "What kind of a grown man comes on a show and doesn't put his shirt on?"
Oh man, that's awful. But but yeah, I'm on the bus.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I've been thinking a lot about, my fiance and I situation. I remember I told you before. And so I have a question because I was kind of like, okay, it's nearby. Because I remember when we wanted to do the marriage, the court marriage, and then I called them for a schedule, like to schedule a day, and they told me that he would need like a valid ID, and then we didn't have any. So we didn't have any valid ID for him. So now we are about to have an appointment. The appointment is near because it was 2 months ago. So it's on, I think, next week, the 21st. And so my question is, after he get that, we're gonna get, to do the marriage. But now I was thinking of, after speaking to various of lawyers, if it's like I asked him a question about if it's gonna be better for us to wait for a while, like maybe a year or two before putting in for the green card.
Why would
To
you
get a
wait?
green card. So I don't know. I've been hearing while I've been asking questions, and the lawyer said that the because I got married before. I remember when I told you about it, but I didn't do we didn't put in any paperwork at all for my ex-husband, which he just did the marriage. I got a divorce in February, the past February, and then I spoke to you about it. I said if it's okay to get married to my spouse, but they said that it's gonna take a long time if I just got divorced, and then I go straight into marrying another person, which is my fiance. That is gonna delay it or something gonna happen.
What
No,
is your spouse out of status?
come again?
Is your spouse out of status, or are they invalid status right now? Your spouse.
No, his passport expired.
No, his immigration status. So he's overstayed his visa. He should have left a long
Oh
time ago.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Go ahead and get married and file. I don't know who's telling you that other stuff, but the most important thing right now, I mean, he could get put into removal tomorrow. He could get put.
Come again?
He could get put into deportation tomorrow.
Like what you mean?
He's out of status, right? He's overstayed his visa.
Yes.
So if he gets in a
Yes.
car accident, or if he gets a ticket, or if he gets in a fight, and the police figure out that he's not invalid status and they call immigration, they could put him in deportation, right? Yeah. So you should start right away.
Okay. So it will not give us any problem, like delayed, or they will be like, it's suspicious that we're getting married right away, and then put in the green card.
Well, they're not going to like that, but the bigger thing they're not going to like is that he's out of status. So he has a hierarchy of problems. The biggest problem right now is he's out of status. He's not here legally. So,
Okay.
I mean, if it's a real marriage and the prior marriage was real and it just didn't work out, then the fact that you got divorced and then got remarried, that's okay. It's something you got to deal with. It's something you have to explain, but it's not a good reason to not file now.
Okay. So that means if I file now, like remember, because you just said that it might be a little suspicious late, like when we file right now.
Yeah.
Right after, right?
But if you get
So my
married, if you're getting married, I mean, it's all the same thing. His biggest problem right now is he's out of status. That's his biggest problem.
yes.
So
Okay.
he needs to, if the marriage is real, he needs to get that marriage on file and start building a case for the interview.
Okay. All right. So that's okay. So either or, it's gonna be a little suspicious
Yeah,
if
as
it
Renee
was for
says,
real.
it'll be suspicious either way. That's right. That's right. So you just got to get out in
Oh,
front of it. Don't be weird about it. Don't be nervous about it. Just be honest and make your strongest case.
okay, no problem. And then another thing too. Remember when I told you about the I forgot her name, but she reached out to me on email, and then I told you that she said something about when we get married, then I can reply to her email. So I was gonna ask you if that's who we have to reply to, like I have to reply to after the marriage, or I can email someone else.
Yeah, just reply to that or just send us an email, info@hackinglawpractice.com or info@hackingimmigration. Just send an email and they'll connect you. We'll find you.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Thank you for answering my question.
Bye, Kante. See you. Good seeing you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, all right. That was Kante. Let's say hi to Faisal. Hi, Faisal.
Hi, Jim. How are you? Ramzan Kareem.
Thank you, Faisal. Ramadan Kareem to you. How you doing?
Good, good. I have a quick question. Inshallah, I'll be completing 5 years on 18th April 2022 with the U.S. green card, and
Yep.
I was wondering what are the benefits after completion of 5 years with the U.S. green card.
Well, I mean, the biggest one obviously is you're eligible to apply for citizenship, but nothing really changes after 5 years. You're still deportable. But you still have all the rights and privileges of a green card holder. So nothing really changes fifth year, 6th year, 7th year. Nothing really changes.
And after completion of 5 years, if before applying for citizenship, if I travel abroad to India, can I stay there for how many days? Can I stay there?
Well, there's two issues at that point. One is if you're wanting to apply for citizenship, you don't want to be gone for more than 6 months because that'll break your continuous residence.
Uh-huh.
And then the other thing is you're supposed to live in your city for 90 days before you apply for citizenship. So if let's say you went out of town for a month, then I don't really care and you can apply for citizenship. But if you're out for like 3 or 4 months and then you come right back and apply, they might give you trouble and say, hey, you weren't living in Chicago for the 90 days before you applied. So I might tell you to wait and then go ahead and apply.
Mm-hmm. And most of the things like in Illinois, you have the food stamps and all. You are eligible for applying for food stamps and everything after 5 years with the green card. That is one of the benefit, I think.
I have no idea. I don't know state by state benefit laws. I don't pay attention to that.
Okay, so I'm not going anywhere. Just I wanted some information since I'm completing 5 years. Inshallah, I'll be applying for citizenship. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, that's great, Faisal. Thanks for the immigration quiz. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have
Bye,
a great day. Salaam
Bye.
alaikum.
Alaikum salam. All right. That's Faisal. He always has good questions for me. He's always coming up with hypotheticals for me, which I like. He always has good hypotheticals for me. Let's say hi to Rezwan. Hi, Rezwan.
Hey, Jim, how are you? All right. I have been waiting for a week. It's really tough to get into. Yeah.
We've been here every day. I mean, we're here Monday through Thursday. What can I help you with?
Yeah. So, Jim, my case is pretty straightforward. I have applied for EB3 back in November 2020, right before the pandemic. I'm in the middle of the pandemic, actually. So right now I am on EAD for which I was approved for 2 years, and my EAD would be expired in 2023 next year in September. And my I-140 has approved, and also the advanced parole as well. And what I did is voluntarily I submitted my medical 693, though they did not ask for it. So I was just wondering that, I mean, it's too long. It's almost, 16, I think 15 months almost. So I mean, I did research all the time, but the problem is I did not get a very specific answer to anybody. I mean, in terms of the anticipation. So, would you please tell me like what would be the case? Right now, do I have a chance to get any interview, or it's just go through?
When was what's the priority date for the 485?
Current.
No, but when did you? I'm sorry. What? Not the priority date. What was the receipt date?
The receipt date.
Mhm.
For my 485.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's November 2, 2020.
So like a year and 5 months, 6 months. Yeah. What field office do you live by?
Texas.
I'd sue him. If you're in a hurry, sue him. If you try to wait and sue him, otherwise you're probably going to end up waiting another 6 or 7 months at least.
Okay.
And you filed the 693 with the initial 485?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Other than suing them, I don't think anything else really hurries them up.
Okay. So, I checked the USCIS page. So their priority date, not the priority, their the date is the receipt inquiry date, right? Right now it's, I think, September somewhere, 2020.
So give it a couple months, see what happens, and if you're still waiting and you want our help, let us know.
Okay. All right. But the other things looks good.
Yeah, I mean, you got your EAD, you got your advanced parole, so it sounds like things are on track, and maybe you won't have an interview at all. Oh, for the green card, yeah. Yeah, you might not have a green card interview.
So what is that?
There's a chance you might get your green card without an interview.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, my lawyer told me that if it is, if you have to face an interview, it has to be in April, probably. If not, then you'll get your green card straight away. I mean, that's what she said. But
hopefully.
It's not granted though. But
no, it's not granted. All right, thanks,
Yeah.
Resman. See you, buddy.
All right, thank you, Jim.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, let's say hi to Richard. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Hey, I'm trying to bring my wife over. She's in West Africa. I'm trying to bring her over on a CR1 visa.
Yep.
And I was wondering when we might get an interview. She got documentally qualified on January 4th, 2022. And I was just wondering where our place in line is. How do we find that out?
You can't. I mean, other than trading information on websites with other people, which field off or which embassy is she gonna have her visa interview at?
Senegal.
So Senegal's not bad as far as delays and so forth. I think you'll probably hear something in the next couple months, 2 or 3 months.
Okay, thank you.
That's it?
That's all I needed, yeah.
Good luck, Richard. See you,
Thank
bud.
you.
You got it. All right. Let's say hi to Jamu.
Hi, sir. Oh, I'm so happy that I'm here today.
I'm happy you're here too. How are you doing?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm great.
I have a really complicated case that
All right,
I'm
lay it
dealing
on me.
with right now. I'm an F1 student visa.
Okay.
And I'm still on status. And I got married to my wife like 2 years back. And I just filed like 8 months ago because it was not easy for me to get a sponsor. So it kind of delay, and I filed it like 8 months ago. Yes.
Okay.
Now, like I did the biometric, I did everything. Now I'm waiting for them so that they can send me at least my work authorization, but they keep delaying it, and I didn't get nothing yet. But now my wife said she wants to divorce.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to be with me anymore, and
yeah,
she doesn't want to go to the interview, do nothing with me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Now
are you still in school?
I'm still in school.
Okay. And what's the question?
My question is, what should I do now? Like,
well, if she won't help and if she wants to withdraw the I-130, she sort of has all the power. So all it takes is a little letter from her saying, I want to withdraw the I-130, and everything else is over. So it's good that you maintained your F1 student status. And frankly, it's good that you didn't get your EAD, because if you had received your EAD based on the marriage and you worked on it, that would have been a technical violation of your F1. So it's actually a good thing that you didn't get your work card. As far as long term, it seems like this ship is over. This ship has sailed, and now you're going to have to figure something else out. You're either going to have to finish your studies and get OPT and hope to get an H-1B, or if you were to get married later on, you could apply if it's a real marriage again. But it sounds like, I mean, in this kind of a scenario that you're describing, the U.S. citizen basically has all the power. So unless we did have a case last year or maybe 2 years ago where the couple got married, it was a real marriage, they were in love, it just didn't work out, and they got divorced, but the U.S. citizen was willing to come and explain to the officer that it was a real marriage, it just didn't work out. But if she wants to be divorced and she's done with you and she's not helping, this case is over.
But what if she didn't withdraw the I-130?
Well, then you're going to show up at the interview and they're going to say, why are you here? Where's your wife? This case is denied. So don't be like holding your breath, hoping that they don't figure out that she's not around anymore. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like, that means if they call me for the interview, I have to go.
Yeah.
Tell them that things didn't work out, and my wife said she wants to divorce, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, what I would actually do is I would withdraw the 485 and I would send them a letter saying, I don't want to proceed on this 485 anymore, so that it's documented, so that they don't call you for the interview. You don't want to go there for the interview. It's not going to be a good scene. They're just going to give you a hard time, and they could probably try some tricks to try to get you in trouble for later.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you so
All right,
much.
John. Good luck, my friend. Sorry, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we got some good news. We got some good news from Sai. Sai says, big thanks to Hacking Law. Me and my wife saw the mock interview yesterday. We went to our 45 interview today, and it was very useful. Sai says, the officer was licking their finger every single time before turning the paper, just like Amani. Oh, I'm going to tell Amani that at the dinner table. She'll really have fun. Amani is a mean immigration officer, don't you think? I think she's rough. I would not want to have Amani asking me questions at a green card interview. That's for sure. Sai says, my I-45 status has been updated as the card is being produced an hour after the interview. That's what I'm talking about. Good job, Sai. Way to do a good case. Everyone's happy for you. Xenos is happy. Everybody's happy. Renee is laughing because Renee knows the truth. Renee doesn't want to be sitting across from Amani either, because that would not be fun. Let's say hi to Fadi. Hi, Fadi.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So I would like first to thank you for this quite helpful show. Actually, I've been watching it for a long time. So
I love doing it.
Thank you. So today I received an approval notice for my I-130, but it said after approval, it said, however, you indicated on the petition that the beneficiary intends to apply for an immigrant visa abroad at a U.S. embassy, and will also apply for adjustment of status in the United States. Since you have indicated both options, USCIS has retained the petition, and they're giving me both options, what to apply, 485 or 824. Actually, I went back to my I-130, and under the section of adjustment of status, I left it blank, empty, and I only filled the embassy and the city and country. So
did you
I
file
think
a
it's a
45?
USCIS error.
Did you file a 45 or
No.
did you just file an I-130?
No, only the I-130.
Where's the foreign national? Overseas or in the United States?
Overseas.
So you want it to go to the National Visa Center?
Absolutely.
Okay, so basically we have a situation where you didn't fill out the paperwork properly and you want to get your case back on track.
No, I did
Right?
fill out the paperwork properly. I requested the consular processing at
But you said
the
you left it
Lebanese
blank.
and the U.S. embassy. Huh?
I thought
left
you
it
said you
blank
left
for the
something blank.
adjustment of status.
Oh,
so
so
there's
in
an
other
adjustment
words,
of status.
in other words, in your mind, you did everything correctly.
Yes.
In your mind, this is purely a USCIS mistake.
Absolutely. That's what I think. And
Well, here's the deal. That sucks. you might try calling someone and arguing that out with them on the phone. The problem is they have the keys to the kingdom, and if they just sit on their ass, then your case isn't going to get sent to the National Visa Center. So they're inviting you to file an I-824, but they could sit on that for 6 or 8 months. I just did a lawsuit for somebody for a long delayed I-824, which is supposed to speed up the I-130. It's ridiculous. So you're in a little bit of a bad spot in that they're going to just keep delaying it until you get it sorted out. I'm not saying you're wrong, Fadi. I would bet that maybe there's something wrong on the I-130. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I would look it over very carefully and make sure that it was not your mistake.
I just made sure that I did not select any adjustment of status option. I just left it blank, and I only filled out the consular processing at the U.S. Embassy in Lebanon.
Okay,
So
well then step one would be to call and yell at them and see what they say.
I just chatted with Emma, the online tool, and they told me that I cannot do an expedite, and I can only request a tier 2 agent call and after 30 days.
Yeah, and good luck.
And to apply for the 824.
Yeah, I think you have to file for the 824.
And how long would that take?
That could take 6 or 8 months.
Wow. I mean, it's already a long process.
Which is why I would not do. Which is why I would not do Emma. I'd keep calling them and telling them, try and get a live person and explain to them the problem and that it's purely their mistake. You shouldn't have to file an I-824. You shouldn't have to point out their error to them. But whether or not you can get them to pay attention or not, that's a whole different thing.
And if they don't, help me with on the call, what should I do?
Then you got to file the I-24 and
just go with the flow and apply for the 824.
Yeah.
Wow. And pay another $400 fee, $400 and something.
When did you file the I-130? When did you file the I-130?
On May 10th, last year.
Oh, last year, yeah.
Yeah, on May 10th last year.
Yeah, that's all I got, Fadi. I don't have much else, buddy. I'm sorry.
Do you see these mistakes often come across?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen to us so much. I would encourage you one more time to go over your I-130. I've had situations where I was convinced that I filled out a form correctly, and it was in fact our mistake. So I would just keep looking at it, but I bet there's something wrong on that form. I bet you $10.
Can I add one more thing? We applied for the K3 visa back in February, and there was a question if the beneficiary has ever been in the United States, and the beneficiary has actually studied in the United States and left back to their country. So we just answered yes, but we did not indicate that they are currently in the United States.
I don't think that had anything to do with it. Those K3s, those K3s
don't even they have looked at the file for the K3 because it's still received. I see.
No, the K3 doesn't even get connected to the I-130. It's not a mistake in the K3. I think it's a mistake in the I-130. If you want to send it over, I'll have one of my paralegals that handle the I-130 away cases, and we can take a look and see if we see a mistake. I mean, at the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter because either way, you're probably having to do the I-24, but I'd be happy to look at it and see. Okay, Fadi? I'm going to let you go.
Please, how can I do so? Is there an email I can send it to?
Yep, it's in the chat. I put it in there all the time, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. There it is.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Fadi.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Bye, buddy.
So much, Jim.
Yep, hang in there. That sucks. Stupid USCIS making people's life hard. I mean, my man's been waiting since May to get an I-130 approved. He's happy. The I-130's finally been approved, and then they're like, "Oh, psych, sorry. Can't send the case to the NVC." Pierre's in the house. What's up, Pierre?
Hi, Jim. Thank you. Good evening.
What can I help you with?
Yes, I have a quick question. I have my N400 interview last week, which is on the 6th of April.
Okay.
And everything went well till the last moment we talk about the tax return 2021. And I filed it and sent it to IRS, but they did not process it yet. So the officer says she can approve my case because there's no payment installment agreement between me and the IRS. So she's going to send the RFE to me. When
So
we
wait,
get,
hold on.
yeah,
So when you completed your N400, it asks, do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes? You marked yes.
no,
How did she know that you were behind on your taxes?
no, because I pay everything till this New Year's for tax that we just completed. So she asked me if I filed for this year's already. I said yes. And she asked me, did I owe any tax this year? I said yes. He
Okay,
said,
so just to be clear, so
yeah,
you went to your citizenship interview
yeah.
with unpaid taxes.
No, because I just filed the tax 2021.
Yeah, but don't most people send in their tax return? They send in the payment with it. You didn't send in the payment with it?
Yes, I sent the payment, but she want the written order from the IRS proving that I have installment payment plan with them. That's why she could
But
not approve the case.
Okay, so how much did you owe on your taxes? Let's just say you don't have to tell me. Let's just say it was $5,000. Okay.
No, it's lesser than that, 2,100.
Okay, 2,100. So
Yeah.
when you sent in your tax return for 2021,
Yeah.
you owed the IRS $2,100.
Yes.
Did you staple a check for $2,100 with your tax return?
No.
And what did you do instead? You just sent it off with no payment at all?
I make a payment plan arrangement with my bank account and the renting number and the bank account number, and they're supposed to start deducting it from this Friday. That's what I sent to them. Until today, after I checked the IRS.
So you did that before you did that before the interview or after the interview?
Yes, before the interview.
Okay, and and Pierre, just educate me because I don't know the answer to what I'm about to ask you. Okay.
Okay.
So if someone does their taxes,
yeah,
and they don't have the $2,100, is there a form that they can fill out that say, "Hey, I don't have $2,100, but you can take out $350 a month for 6 months"? Is it
yes.
And that's what you did?
Yes.
You submitted that form with your tax return.
Yes.
And the officer wasn't happy. She wants to know that you're on a payment plan, that the IRS has accepted your payment plan.
Yes.
Man, that's some bullshit. Okay. All right. Okay, so what's the question?
So according to her, she's going to send me RFE from on the 7th.
Yeah.
But till today, I did not receive the RFE. So I want to know what is going to be.
Well, you should get working. You should get working. Don't even wait for her.
Yes.
Don't even wait for her to get the proof that the IRS has accepted your payment plan. You're probably gonna have to make an appointment at the IRS and go down there and get some kind of documentation, and then send it to her. Even now, if you know, that'll probably take you a couple of weeks. If you're done with those couple of weeks and she still hasn't sent the RFE, then I would send it to her. Did you write down her name?
Yes, I have her name because she gave me the statement that I passed the written and the English exam. So I name information. Yes, our information, everything is over there.
Good. Good. Okay. Yeah. So send her that. I would attach a copy of that piece of paper you just mentioned.
Yes.
I'd send it by certified mail or Federal Express so you have proof that it was sent.
Yeah.
At my interview, you indicated that everything was good. You just needed proof that I was on a payment plan for 2021. Here's the payment plan, and send it off. And then, you know, make sure you keep a copy in case she does send the RFE. You'll have to send it again.
Okay, because I asked her if I just pay the balance money that is due, will you approve the case? She said she's not forcing me to pay the balance instantly.
Yeah.
So
that would have been better. Yeah, that would have been better, but it's okay. Just get it taken care of. You're good to go.
Okay. I got you. Jim, thank you for what you are doing.
Bye, Pierre. You got it, my friend. Have a good day, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
Good luck. All right. Let's say hi to Perry. Hi, Perry.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. So I have a few questions. I was talking to a friend recently who's in a similar situation as I am. I've applied for an I-130 petition for my wife who's abroad, and she told me that she filed, or her lawyer advised her to file the I-765 and the affidavit of support at the same time. And I didn't do that because from everything that I've read online, it says that I can only start to file these things once the petition has been approved and we go on to the NVC stage where I get this CEAC account where I can pay those fees. So do I have anything to worry about in that regard?
The spouse is overseas, right?
Correct.
No, you are correct, and your friend and her lawyer are not doing it right.
That's what I thought. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. So thank you. My second question is about the interviews, because initially we were together in Europe, but now I'm in the US, as we spoke about a few weeks ago, looking for a job and trying to set roots here.
Yeah.
So our petition was basically, we filed our petition last May of 2021. So I'm expecting an approval at some point in the near future, in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Once that happens, am I expected to attend this interview with her?
You are not, and they probably won't even let you in, and I certainly don't want you there.
Okay, well that makes it a lot easier for me in the event that I'm not able to be there. So,
well, I mean, most likely, even if you were there, they won't let you in. I would say 98 times out of 100, even if you were there knocking on the door, they'd say, "Perry, you stay out. Lady, you come in."
Okay, right. Okay. Yeah, I had a question about the affidavit of support, but I think I know what to. I think I'll just need to get a sponsor at this point. So,
okay,
that was all I had.
Thanks,
a lot.
Perry. Good luck. Keep us posted, okay?
Yes, I will keep you posted. I appreciate it.
See ya. All right, Mohendra's here. Hi, Mohendra.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's ironic what you were speaking about at the beginning of the show, risk. And that's what I called to discuss with you today, because I'm not sure if you're aware, I filed a delayed lawsuit with you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with Josephina. And one of the questions I wanted to ask was, so, you know, I think you're familiar with my situation and so forth. Timeline wise, how long should we expect this to take? It's in the field offices, New Orleans. And what are the risks? You know, what are the risks that we go to the interview, because we have a proven relationship since 2015. She's been to my country twice. I've been to her country twice. I actually looked through our file, and we do have a signed letter by her mother, you know, verifying our relationship is valid. So, you know, what are the chances?
Well, I mean, you know, as we talked about before, anytime you file a lawsuit, like a couple different things could happen. Number one, they could call you in and ask you to do another interview. Number two, they could come.
But we haven't had an interview at all.
Oh yeah. So they'll call you in for an interview. They could come knocking on your door at 5:30 in the morning to make sure everybody's there. Or they could ask for more evidence. So, but without having had your interview yet, that'll be the most likely outcome. When did we file your case? Like a month ago?
No, actually, Josephina has not sent it off because there was she needed to have a conversation with you concerning the district where it needs to be filed at.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, once we get it on file, probably 2 months or so, you'll get a notice for an interview, and then we'll see what happens.
Another quick thing, Jim. So my brother is starting up a very big company in Guyana, and
Okay.
I'm needed. There are two things about it. My mother's 1-year death anniversary is gonna be in July 15th, and my brother needs me to. So I have to be part of the board of directors of the company, and so forth. And the project is it's like almost 95% complete, and they start to everyone has to sign for directorship and so forth. How can I use that as a way of telling USCIS that, listen, these things are keeping back my profession, because even though I will reside in the US remotely, I can work in another country just as a director. Directors aren't full-time positions.
So what's the question? I don't understand the question, Mahendra.
So can I use that as a way to within the lawsuit to say, hey, he has a financial interest that he needs to be expedited?
They don't care. That doesn't matter. The lawsuit is just to get their attention. The lawsuit is, hey, Mahendra's case has been pending a long time. I mean, if you had hired me and gotten started back months ago, you would be done by now. But the idea that we need to add extra stuff to the lawsuits, I know how to do the lawsuits. I've done 1,000 of them, so we don't need to add extra stuff. We just need to get it on file. But they certainly they don't care about whether you need to be the director for your brother's company. They could give a shit. So they don't care at all.
So I just need to tell him, look, I have to wait until this is done, and then I can come.
Well, do you have advance parole?
No, nothing. As I told you, no advance parole.
So then
no
you just gotta tell them to wait. Yeah.
All right. So should I 2 months time from the time it's filed?
2 months time from the time they receive it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you and I also had the conversation where you said you had the DEA in New Orleans. Would that expedite the process?
No, what I said was the U.S. attorney, that in my experience, when I file cases in New Orleans, that they move very quickly. That's what I said.
Okay. So yeah, that's because now for some reason everything is coming at the same time. So
that's why you should have sued them 2 months ago when we first started talking.
I know, but you understand my situation too, Jim. It's not like you can snap a finger and it happens. It takes some time.
I've never had someone call and ask so many questions before filing a lawsuit. I don't think.
I understand.
Maybe one or two. But it's all good.
But it's been we finally made it happen. I just based on my circumstance, my wife's circumstance,
sure,
we made it. We scraped up and we made it happen. Now we're hoping that it can work to our benefit, so we can get this thing over with. But we really do appreciate you and your time and your team's time. We just have she's like, look, we don't want to have any more delays. We've gone through a fight. Oh, just a quick thing. So my previous lawyer, because of his stupidity and issues that he's caused the delays with my case, he's no longer on par with on my case. We returned the file, but I did not get I think it's called a G28 notice. Mm-hmm. Yep. Does he have to send a copy to USCIS and give me a copy of that as well?
You mean he's withdrawing?
Yeah, because there were so many mistakes made on him.
He should send you a copy. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I just have to email him and request a copy of the G28.
Yep.
Because that's something else my wife is discussing. We put a safety net with you guys in place for the interview.
All right, cool. Thanks, Mahendra.
All right, thanks, Jim.
See you, buddy. All right, let's see what D has to say. D, are you with us?
Hey, Mr. Jim, thanks for taking my call.
Sure. Is that your ear I'm looking at? What is that? I can't. Oh, yeah, that's a ring. I got you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. How are you, D?
Yeah, I'm good so far. So, good question. I have a cousin. So he's doing a.
I can barely hear you, D. D.
I said I have a cousin. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I said I have a cousin. He's doing consular process, right? But the question is that he's kind of worried.
D, hold the microphone for your phone up by your mouth. It sounds like you're.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm holding the phone. I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, try it.
Okay, I'm saying I got a cousin. He got a consular process, and do consular process. So he's worried about when you go to the consular process. He been to the embassy before, and the immigration officer asked him where is his dad, but his dad was living in America. But at the time, he wasn't talking to his dad like that. He just answered the officer and told him that he don't know. So he's wondering if that's going to be a problem for him.
Well, was it true or was it false?
Well, he didn't know where his dad was, but his dad was married before at one point, and his dad looked like his dad's ex-wife try the petition for him, file a I-130 for him. Well, he didn't know none of that.
What kind of a visa is this person trying to get right now?
So this person is married. He's married to his wife, and he have to go back to his country to get the green card to do the to do the interview to come back to America.
Where is he right now?
He's in New Jersey.
Why is he going to go overseas in consular process if he's in New Jersey?
He came here without inspection.
Does he have a waiver?
Yeah, the waiver is in the process. He did the waiver from October 2020. This year would make 2 years.
It's still pending?
It's still pending.
So the question is, after all this, after him being in the United States without inspection and overstaying and being in the country too long without permission and getting a waiver on file, if this story about his dad is going to come back to haunt him, that's the least of his problems.
Yeah, but he's just curious as if he go to the embassy, if they could
Yes,
see.
the answer is yes. They could think he lied to them.
That's what I'm saying. So he's wondering. He said someone told him that the first thing he do when he go to the embassy, he should tell him that he made a mistake from the last time he came here applying for.
Only if they ask him. Yeah, only if they ask him.
So what if he don't say that, and then they said he's inadmissible because of that?
Yeah, then he might need another waiver.
So it's not okay for him to at least try to get that to their attention before, so they don't use it against him before he even swear in.
I don't know. I can't give that advice, Steve. This case is a mess. That's the least of his problems. I can't give that advice.
So you say that's the least of his problem. The biggest problem is for him to get that waiver, right? That's the most important thing.
That's right. Focus on that. This is the least of his problems.
Okay, but I-601 waiver itself, it's going through faster than the A, right?
No, it depends on the embassy. So yeah, the audio is driving me crazy. I have to let D go. All right, everybody, that'll do it for today's show. We'll be back tomorrow. Me and Daniel. Daniel will be with me tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. We'll be back on the show. Bring us all your immigration-related questions, and we will see you then. Thanks, everybody.